Oh, I can't see anybody. Oh, hello, hello. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for Art Foamy Fun again on Saturday. So I want to welcome you and thank you for coming. I want to say hello to everybody, and then we'll just jump right in, okay? I hope you all had a chance to see the pre-record from yesterday, so you kind of know what's going on. Um, I don't really know what's going on, but we'll start it together anyway. Catherine is here. Hello. Sherry. Hello. Cindy is here. Heather. Dana. Oh my gosh, who else? Let's see. Heather, I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm not going to stop. Who else? Sherry again. Amy is here. Shar. Oh my goodness. Catherine. Jim is here. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. Been thinking about you. Amy, Ellen, Jenny Maroney, Heather Bailey, Renee, Brianna. Oh my gosh. Janice, Wendy. Oh, we have a great group. Okay. Patty, Christina. Hope I'm not missing anyone. Lisa is here. Edie, Lydia. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Patty, who else? Linda, and you're very chatty. So yes, well, they cut off all the color, so we're gonna let it grow again. Ah, Sanella, thank you so much. Susan is here. Judith, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. And Estrella. Okay, so you all know that it is the great Moonie pop-up. I'm very nervous. I think I'm the most nervous that I've been because it's been so much. Oh my gosh, but it's in a good way. This is not a complaint. Linda is here. Sharon, oh my gosh. Christine, nice to have you. All right, so the Great Moonie Pop-Up. For those of you who do not know what the Great Moonie Pop-Up is, we, in my Patreon, at the highest tier, okay, I've been working on custom art foamies for a couple years, and then once a few people started making them, they were like, oh my God, they said, can we buy each other's and how can we get them? So, because I was just doing it as a perk, so if you were at the highest tier, then you could do a custom art for me. I would show you how to make one. And, after we did it a few times, people were like, well, and I would send the artist their art for me, but then they were like, well, I want to get, my friends or whatever, my other Mooney friends. So I said, we should have a pop-up. So we've been planning this for a while. Okay. I think it's been like almost going on 2 years. So finally I got my act together and we're doing it. It's the Great Mooney Pop-Up. It is a pop-up shop started yesterday, May 10th. It's going all the way through the end of the month. It is 28 artists, you all, okay, that designed one, two, or more custom art foamies, and we are now offering them for sale. I've tried to do samples, and I did a whole journal here filled with the images. Oh my gosh, I think it comes out to like 68 images altogether. Again, 28 art or 61, I can't remember. Something like that, 61, 68. Bev Jones, nice to have you here. Yes, I'm going to read the names of the Moonies who are in the pop-up, and then I'm going to show you the samples. I'm going to talk about each one, and I'm going to I'm going to show you what I made, and I'm going to make a couple other things because I did not get to finish all the way. Yesterday was my daughter's graduation. Yes, Evelyn, thank you so much. It was absolutely just a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. Like the weather was great. The only thing, we were a little rushed, but we made it on time. It was great. The ceremony was not too terribly long. It was in a beautiful chapel on the WashU campus because it was pretty small. It was just for PhDs and masters. She got her master's in East Asian Studies and Japanese, and so now she will be heading over to Japan soon. So thank you for asking. And yes, it was a lovely celebration. And now I get to celebrate the Moonies. I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to talk about this. Okay. Thank you, Shar. Oh, Liz, welcome. And if anybody has any questions, please let me know. One thing I want to let you all know, if you would like more information about possibly joining my Patreon and being eligible for the next Moonie pop-up. When you order, you're going to get these little flyers. Okay, well, it's just one. This is the front and back. I don't have the actual flyers here right now, but it does have the names of all the Moonies listed, and a little QR code to take you straight to the sign up page, because it does say on here, I'm going to read this to you because this is going to come in all the packages for anyone who orders in the Moonie pop-up. It says, thank you so much for your purchase of special limited edition ArtFoamies designed by an ArtFoamie customer and fellow artist. All of the stamps in this pop-up shop were designed by one of KP, that's me, Blue Moon patrons. So if you've ever dreamed of having your own artwork turned into foamy fun, your opportunity awaits. This is an event we've been planning and working toward ever since KP, that's me, took over ArtFoamies in 2020, and we're so excited it's finally come together. And this is just the beginning. Each year going forward, we plan to do a Moonie pop-up, and we would love for your artwork to be featured in next year's event. Thank you so much to the patrons who have made this possible, and to all of you, our friends and customers, for your continued support of our family business. We make fun, but you make it funner. A note for eligibility for future Moonie pop-ups. In order to be eligible for the program in 2025, you must be signed up for the Blue Moon tier of KP's Patreon by January 2025 and stay in that tier for at least 3 consecutive months. After that time, you may drop to a lower tier and still be able to participate. Thank you to the Blue Moon patrons for their contributions to this fantastic pop-up and for all of your support. We love you to the moon and back. So I am going to read the list of participating artists for the 2024 Great ArtFoamies Moonie pop-up. And here we go. Lisa Renee Aguilera, Wendy Aspen, Anita Atur, Heather Bailey, Estrella Bianchi, Edie Evans Bisbee, Tam B, Jan Bryant, Patty Libby Campbell, Bernardette Concilio, Char Darun, Christina Fidanza, the Fultons, that's Jack and Dana, and they are a collaborative effort. Not that I count them as one. I know it's 2, but I just put them as the Fultons. Amy Geralot, Catherine M., Patty Hodder, Karen Jensen, Bev Gwynn Jones, Mary Lynn Kelly, Jenny Maroney, Patty McFarlane, Linda Finney, Puffer, Cindy Sharp, Janice Sigmund, Jim Smith, Ginger Sparks, and Sherry W. Thank you all so much for this. I am super excited. I'm going to go through this my journal one more time. I have done some painting. I'm going to paint some more with all of you. I want you all to know too that even whatever tier that you're in for my Patreon, if you're even in the $5 tier, that's the lowest tier, you can participate in Daily Heart each day. And for the rest of the month of May, I will be creating and using all of the Mooney stamps. I've been doing that, you know, pretty much the past few days of Daily Heart, doing some things with various people's stamps because I was trying my hardest to get all the sample pages and sample Rolodexes created. Okay. So, yes, Cindy, thank you so much. Sanella, my daughter went to Washington University in St. Louis. She just graduated with her master's. She went to two of my kids just graduated last year, both from Washington University with their bachelor's, and then my middle daughter just did a 1-year program for her master's. So thank you so much. Estrella says, I'm so proud to be part of such a talented group. Me too. Thank you so much. Yes, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms or nurturers, you know, whether you're a mom of a fur baby or a real baby or, you know, whatever. Happy Mom's Day. And all right, so here we go. Great Moonie pop-up. Again, I try to be in alphabetical order, although it might be a little off, okay? And I want you to know, I tried to do all of the Rolodexes, and then I was going to put them in alphabetical order also, but I didn't end up doing that. And I am still missing about 4 Rolodexes So I'm going to be making some of those with you. Okay. Yes. I want to say it again. Literally everyone's designs are super fun. Like they're so different. And yet somehow many of them, even though it was not a collaborative effort, everybody was working on them at different times. And some of them, I'm not going to lie, I had to pull it out of you. I want you to know in my group, I do really try to encourage you and say, come on, you can do it. Even if you're scared, even if you don't have time, even if you have a million reasons, a million excuses, it doesn't, you can do it. Okay. And they did it. All right. So here we go. Lisa Agilera. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out the Rolodex as I go along, okay? Because again, I did try to do a little Rolodex for each one, using some of them using my favorite one, maybe, or just one that I thought would make the best. And so, and I am going to, let me pull out a little, let's see what I have over here to put them in. I need the 3 before. I think I'm just going to use this guy. And I'm just going to start them because this was given to me by Mooney. This Rolodex holder was given to me by Linda Finney. And so I'm going to pop these right in here as we go along, okay? So this one is Lisa Agilera, all right? Beautiful. I love her designs. Lisa is a newer Mooney. I don't really know her that well, but she is a fantastic designer. She actually sent me designs, I mean, just so beautifully rendered. So it's very difficult to choose, and we did end up doing a little collection for her because she did make a commitment to stay at the Blue Moon level for 3 months. So, you know, she can have these designs, and super exciting to have, you know, such bold, just really crisp images and really sort of fresh, you know. So great job, Lisa. So excited. And again, I'm just going to really, I want to encourage you all to make sure you're following each other, that you have each other's Instagrams. This has been such a success because of all of you, because you've been sharing, you've been showing. I mean, you know, so many of you went ahead and helped each other make little flyers. I mean, just unbelievable. I just don't know how to say it. I feel like a grandma bragging on her grandkids because I just, you know, I see it's like all the little, I don't know, things that you guys do for each other and the way you encourage each other and help each other. It just makes me feel like I am the grandma here. These are all my little babies. Yes, you are welcome. Patty Campbell says, thanks for nudging. Catherine says, thanks for encouraging me to participate. And I hope you will continue, because this is something we can build on all throughout next year, or all throughout the year. And then next year, when we have Moonie Pop Up again, we will just really have it super organized and tight. You know, I hope. Anyway, Lisa Aguilera, great job. Beautiful designs. I hope that you will, you know, consider, well, I hope to see some sample art that you make with these, because I would love to see your creations. So when you get those done, there's no hurry and no pressure. I want to make sure everybody knows that your level of participation is completely up to you. Okay. This is not mandatory. It is for fun. And also, I don't know how many of you know this, but you all, you know, I know the Blue Moonies that are participating know, but for those of you who may not know, the Moonies are going to get royalties from this. Okay. This is the other part that is so super fun, is that you're going to make money. I mean, I don't know how much. I can't make any guarantees. Sometimes my royalties on my own stamps, you know, might be pretty decent 1/4, and then another quarter, not as nice. But you can't help that. You know, but you're going to get a commission, a royalty. And so that, my friends, is just super fun to receive. It's super fun to have your own images, right? How many of you love having your own image to use, or imagery? I need to know. All right. Okay. And please keep in mind, I'm going to be working on this all throughout the month of May, so I will be sharing it again. It's still not, you know, where I want it to be, but it's getting closer. All right, we have Wendy Aspen, my lovely friend. Also, Wendy is an art foamy designer. Okay, she's had her own pop-up shop before, and then she became an artist for our you know, listed on our website. So she is also mooning at the top tier, however, so she will get extra custom stamps, and she can put these into her collection if she wants to, or she can keep them exclusive. Completely up to Wendy. All right. And you all know and love Wendy already. I know that you have seen her samples and her art. Just amazing. So I am going to show you, because I do not have all of her stamps stamped out here. A couple reasons for that. One, I had her other bust sized wrong. So these two were actually customs that she did in the very beginning when she first started. Okay, so I do love these, and she has made really beautiful art with them. However, I do also feel that she has really progressed as a designer since these were created. That being said, look how beautiful the artwork is. So this is, you can really see how you can change it up. And this one's a little bit bigger, and then this one has a little scallop, and her head's just tilted a little bit different. And I created both of these using her two girls. And I'm so sorry, I do not remember the names of these. I don't have the website pulled up right now. So if you love creating faces, if you love doing dolls, then you're going to want these. And I know many of you do collect Wendy's images, so these are great ones to have, and especially if you want some different sizes. Okay, then this is kind of a little extra. I won't lie to you. Wendy, both of her sons are in the military, and her youngest just left recently, right as we were getting ready to finalize all the designs. So she had written me, and she said, I would love to have these. I'm going to stamp them for you, because I hadn't stamped them out, and she has, of course, super cute samples using them. I also should mention, let me just tell you really quickly. This is probably going to be a pretty long session, so I apologize ahead of time, but hopefully you'll love it. You know, hopefully you can hang out with me. If not, you know, all of these images are listed on the website already, so you can go over there and see them and purchase them. Remember that they only will be in the shop through the end of the month. However, I also want to mention, I don't like being like a used car salesman. So I'm not trying to pressure everybody to buy ArtFoamies super fast, right? So I do want you to know that some of the artists we will be bringing them back and spotlighting them and giving you another opportunity to purchase their stuff. You know, at a later date. And the reason I say some of them, it really depends on if they want to continue designing. It really depends on if they want to do it again, you know. So anyway, I just don't want you to feel like, you know, if I know you love them all, but if there's some that you think you can wait on, then, you know, just circle back. All right. Anyway, this set is called Snail Mail set. And of course, she really wanted it to be able to embellish the envelopes for mail and correspondence to send to her boys as, you know, they're navigating. One of them's just in boot camp right now. And I want to thank them both for their service, but I also, and give Wendy a big hug. But I did this sort of, you know, I guess as a little extra and as a favor to a friend, but also I wouldn't just do it honestly, completely altruistically. Well, I would, but that being said, I knew that this would be such a good seller because what a great set to, you know, snazz up your snail mail, right? And so super cute that I just couldn't resist. Anyway, also, I have to say this, and I'm going to cut these out as I'm just chatting because it makes great, great fodder. All right. And I know so many of us, of you, love the fodder, love the fodders, and the fodder school. And who doesn't? What beautiful work is being done by the fodder school teachers. And they really do a wonderful job with all the mixed media that we love. And, you know, they love their ArtFoamies over there as well. So can't resist. And, you know, let's just face it, this set, I do try to, you know, fill in things where we're lacking. And I know that our catalog, ArtFoamies catalog, can still continue to be more well-rounded. You know, and so I am not going to turn down a set like this when it is so needed, right? So anyway, let's one more little snail to cut out because I hadn't stamped these yet. Again, make sure that you are following Wendy if you're not already, and check out all of the cute pieces that she already shared using her new snail mail set. And I did not make, I still, again, want to continue to make Rolodexies with each and every one of these stamps. So I probably will just somehow do a little collage on a Dexie card and do that. But anyway, so that is the snail mail set. Again, Wendy Aspen with one of her beautiful girls. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this right in my Dexie. Once I'm done sharing all these with you, we'll do a little flip through. Okay. All right. Next up is my friend Anita Atur. And I know I talked to you already and shared this yesterday. This was just a little quickie, not finished yet. But I do love her butterfly. So, so cute. I'm going to stamp it for you also plain because, or you know what? I do have everybody's already stamped. And so I want to show you a couple things. I do have a cute little Rolodexy card, and I want to show you a couple different ways of embellishing. The thing I do like about this butterfly is you can make it super cute, but you could also make it really artsy. You can, you know, I don't know, just you can really embellish it a lot of different ways. And it's super simple. It's such a simple butterfly, but I really love it. And I do want to show you kind of what I did here. All right. So I do already have it stamped. Okay. So many fun ways. If you just wanted to leave it, this is how it comes. Just plain, open, and simple. Okay. But you can go in and you can, of course, with your paints, with your markers, whatever, and then you can doodle it up, you know, make it a little larger if you want to, you know, really sort of open up those wings a little bit more. You can give it a face, and you can give it a super cutesy face, or, you know, you could make it a little more artsy or serious. I made it cute. Let's just do a little cute face. We'll do little closed eyes, and we'll just do the little button nose. Of course, you can give her some stripes. And I really think maybe you could even turn this into a bee. It does not have to be a butterfly. It could be another flying bug. You know, you could even give it a little hairdo. That'd be cute. You know, but what I did, and this was kind of fun, I stamped it again over here. You could just use some you know, some post-it notes, but you can mask it off this way, and then you can take whatever other, you know, stamps, like even this would be fun. This is the freebie from last May, Just gonna ink that up with some black. Hold on, let me get a little more black. Oh, I think I got a little too overly inked. Let's blot it off there. Anyway, you'll get the idea, right? Any fun stamp, you can just stamp in there and it'll give you really cool patterns, right? So then you can, or you could collage. How fun to just collage in there. So that's what I did to create the little Dexy. And then I don't know how many of you saw the pre-record yesterday. The Butterfly Hugs stamp is from Rubber Moon, and it is a rubber stamp that I designed because that is sort of like Anita, that's what she says a lot. She'll say butterfly hugs when she's sending you love. So I made her a butterfly hug stamp a long time ago when I still had Rubber Moon. And then I thought, how cute to put it with her butterfly. So Anita, I love this. And I'm so happy that you turned him in to Art Foamy. Mwah. All right, so that's Anita Atur. And I am so happy that you are a part of my Mooniverse, Anita. All right, next up is Heather Bailey. And I do have a Dexy with Heather's. Oh my gosh, I love Heather's images so much. I went ahead and I just stamped them in here. Oh gosh, there's a bird in my studio. Hold on one second. Yes, we're having a bird problem. So, oh my God, hold on. I had to open the door. Hopefully he'll go out. I really don't know what to do. Oh, this makes for a very exciting Art Foamy fun. Hopefully he's gonna see that the door's open and he's gonna go towards the light. Go away, little bird. Hold on. Yeah, there's a bird right there.
Go that way. Go that way.
Oh God. What's on him? Oh, he's carrying stuff for his nest. Ew. Oh, he's.
To his nest.
Go.
Go out.
Oh, yes. Yay! He went out.
Yes. Okay.
I knew they were going to get in here.
He's going. Where did he come from?
I don't know. No. Okay, so sorry. Yes, a bird team put a bird on it. Yes, we have an issue. So I don't know how many of you know this. We just got a new AC put in, but they noticed there's like a little hole in our roof that we have to have fixed, and now there's a bird issue up in the rafters. So I've been hearing them all day, and now they're coming in. Anyway, so nothing like alive. I don't either, honey. It's okay, but oh God. Anyway, all right, back at it. Nothing like a live stream. Heather Bailey. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do have to say her images are super graphic, and yet they have a very still hand-drawn element to them, which I love. So very beautiful job. She has 4 images that are all, I would say, super mixed media images. I love the way that this page even turned out in my journal. And you'll see as I continue to go through the pages, I really just did stamp each image as it came. Wasn't, even getting a perfect stamping. And lots of my pages, I just went back in and had fun painting them. And I love this swatch. So I did cut a Rolodexy for it and then stamped it on here. And my idea that I want to do with this swatch is to make a few different ones with just like all my greens, all my pinks, all my reds, stuff like that. I think that would be so fun, or maybe not all, but you know what I mean? So I was kind of saving this to start that. So I'm going to set this aside. Maybe we'll do a little painting at the end. Okay. Yes. Jan, welcome. So yeah, Jan says inside a vegan studio, and Jan says, I love Heather's backgrounds, and me too. So she has 4. She has the coffee rings, or I guess what, coffee stain water rings. I don't know, rings. because they don't have to be coffee. It could be tea. It could be watercolor. And then the bubbles from inspired from Bubble Wrap, the Swiss crosses, which I adore. And I did use this in another piece of art. And then, of course, the swatch. All right. So again, that's Heather Bailey. I am going to go ahead and put it in here in order, but I'll pull it back out and hopefully paint it with all of you a little bit. Okay. So next up, and Heather, great job again. All right. Estrella Bianchi. Oh my gosh. What can I say about Estrella? She has been my friend and Mooney for so many moons now. And I know she went through such a difficult year. And so this really means so much to me. These images, having them as part of our pop-up is just extra special, and they are so beautiful. I hope that you had a chance to see. These were some of the first ones that I created because I was just so inspired, and I thought they're such a nice size. Okay, so and then I did use some of the ArtFoamies poetry to sort of just repeat whatever word was on there. And just really lovely Estrella. So I did use layer cakes. I just stamped in black ink and painted with layer cakes. Super fun. And again, if you want to mix and match the faces, of course, you could just double stamp them, cut them out, and they do really easily mix and match. So make sure that you're playing and using your ArtFoamies in, you know, a variety of ways, because that's, you know, what do I always say? You can't fake the layers, right? So we're using a lot of our foamies as base layers. So again, I'm going to pop these right in to my Rolodexy over here. All right. And then I kind of wish I would, now I started out, these were the first ones and I did them a little smaller. I may end up cutting them and mounting them on a little bit larger just because I don't want them to get lost with all my bigger Dexies. And then I know that you all had a chance to see the Jumping for Joy. I have not yet. I'm trying to find them here. Oh my gosh. Going a little crazy with all the piles of ArtFoamies. I gotta I tried to have them in alphabetical order, but oh, there they are. Doesn't always work. Because they just get out of order. Anyway, all right. So there's the three. You got Inspired, Dream, and Peace. And here they are just stamped out. I know sometimes you like to see them, you know, without color or just sort of as they are, right? So, and then here is the Jumping for Joy. And I have not had a chance to use her yet, although I'm dying to, all right? But again, I'm just going to repeat myself. If you're come to Daily Heart, I will be using these images all throughout the month and finishing my pages and adding more and finishing my Dexies. So we'll have a complete collection. All right. Beautiful job, Estrella. Next up is Tam Bridgeman. And I know many of you had a chance to see me stamp and paint this the other day in Daily Heart. And I also, after the fact, made a little Dexie, which I had a lot of fun with, because I wanted you to also see that the legs, you can use them, you know, differently. You do not have to make them so long if you don't want to. In fact, if you don't even want to stamp them, you could have, you know, three little birds just sitting on a branch. You can do the little legs or feet however you like. And I think that makes it extra special. I also think these legs will be really fun on something else. You know, like maybe on, you know, on one of the Calendar Girls. I don't know. I'm going to experiment. But super cute. And then I just said feathers, a little ruffled. I think they have such a cute sense of humor. And it's, I have to say already, a very popular set. Great job, Tam B. And I am so happy that you participated. You know, one of the things I will say, you know, it really kind of, and I can just speak for myself, and, you know, maybe I shouldn't speak for all of you, but I do feel it really gives you something to sort of just look forward to. It's so fun to see people use your designs, people, just comment on them and just, I don't know, especially once other people get them in their hands and you start seeing the different creative ways that they use them, it is just so exciting. So it is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this so much for and with all of you, is because I just find that that is such a nice, happy feeling that I wanted you all to feel it too. Anyway, next up is my friend Jan Bryant. And again, Jan has been a Mooney for many moons. And these two images actually, well, this one specifically and this one after were two that I just really coveted. I love her carvings. Jan actually is what is considered a master carver. She has been doing, what they, yeah, my brain. Well, not eraser carving, whatever, speedy cut type carving for many, many, many moons, and she's super good at it. Okay, one of the best. Anyway, so of course, we've done a couple rubber moon stamps back in the day, but I thought, wow, these would make such great art foamies. Um, and I was right. So she has her Deco Witch Merry Christmas, which is such a beautiful Christmas card. If you want to just make it pretty simple too, because it's just one and done. You can stamp it, you can paint it in a number of different ways. You can make it more, traditional, or you can make it like more modern, modern colors. But it's so easy too, right? Because it's just, again, stamp it and have fun painting it or coloring it, and then that's it. You don't have to mask or do anything. And not that maybe you don't want to do that, but if you don't, it's great. And I haven't finished painting it here, but I definitely hope that you will or do follow Jan. She has shared some of her pieces that she made from her carvings and stuff too. So, and then I know they don't really go together as like a theme, but again, trying to fill some spaces where we may need them. And I just think that this imagery is so solid and so, uh, you know, and also big enough and solid enough to stand alone. So then when I saw her dragon at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to add that too. It is the cutest dang thing. Really, absolutely love it. So I made the Rolodexy using the dragon and the year 2024. I know it's a little late in the year to be doing a 2024 card, but hey, it's still 2024. And I just, I think all the little words in the background kind of go along with, what you would hopefully want your year to be. So a little Year of the Dragon 2024 and just the cutest dang thing. All right. And it doesn't have to be for Year of the Dragon either, because dragons are fun and cool all the time. Beautiful job, Jan. Love, love, love them. Nice sizes too, if I do say so myself. Yes, Catherine says this Santa might make me make cards again, and I feel the same way. Horrible of me, but I don't do Christmas cards usually. I think I've done them like 2 years out of 10. All right, next up is Patty Campbell, and Patty is my angel friend. Patty and I met so many moons ago online in a class called Angels in My Studio, and we became fast friends online, but then we've actually been together and met in person and spent time together in person. And dang it, because of COVID, that we haven't again, but we will again still. Because I miss you, Patty. But I have to say, I love her drawing. She has such just a very recognizable style, and I love her florals, which is what she submitted, and they are just really, really beautiful. So this one is kind of a square-ish, so that's really nice. You could kind of do tiles But this one is a leaf, sort of a florally leaf, and I just think it's so beautiful. And so here I did it just very simply on a Rolodexy, a little bit sort of mixing and matching the two. Not really mixing and matching, but meaning instead of doing, I did this one on greens and this one all colorful, I kind of tried to do a similar amalgamation. Anyway, yeah, details. And one of the things I will say, they are pretty fine line. However, you still can get those details. And if you don't always get the details when you stamp, because I'm not going to lie to you, you won't always. It really depends what you use to ink or paint with, how heavy-handed you are when you ink up your stamp. But it doesn't matter. It's sort of like, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the with my Scribble Rose set. It has a similar feel to that line quality. So it doesn't always matter that every little detail stamps, okay? Because you can go back and fill that in, use your paint, use your watercolors, whatever. Also, when you don't get an exact stamping of it, it's kind of nice because then you kind of, can add your own, get your own little lines flowing, and again, make it your own. So beautiful, Patty. And I am, again, so happy. Patty is one of the people that I said, hey, come on, you have to, I know you're busy. I know life gets in the way, but come on, get me some designs because you have to be part of this pop-up. It won't be the same without you. She has been a Mooney here for, oh gosh, since the beginning. So we can't have a pop-up without Patty. Mwah. Anyway, again, the Dexy's going in. All right, just reading the comments. Yes, I did pick the sizes mostly. Some people, there were reasons why, and some are larger, whatever, because we did kind of have some size limits. I won't lie to you, though, on a couple or a few of them, I had to go outside of the size limits, okay? All right, next up, Bernardette Concilio, and I did go ahead and paint, just sort of brought these together a little bit in my journal, had fun, really a lot of fun painting these. This is her peace doves, and this is not part of Bernadette's. This is a piece from the ArtFoamies poetry sets, but I wanted to go ahead and include that. But I loved actually painting the doves. This is a solid dove, and then this is an open dove. And as you can see, I stamped this dove in black, but I used it as a base layer and painted over it. And you just get some really nice, I don't know, painterly details and nice underpainting qualities when you do that. When you stamp with dark and then just use it as an underlayer. And then here is her beautiful sunflower. And then here's her fun one. And I know some of you have been commenting on this because it's so funny. And, if you're not in Discord, you might not get it. But we have a few people who get together quite often and do a Discord chat. It's really fun over there because it's sort of like a little secret room. You can hang out. You can show your actual, we can talk in real time. We can hang out and show things like this, only you can be talking back, right? You can have an actual conversation. So a few people go over there quite often and hang out. And so this really speaks to them. Bernadette's so cute, funny, and thoughtful. They must say this a lot. That should be an ArtFoamies sign, the Discord chat. So this is a custom ArtFoamies you can purchase. And, again, if you're in that Discord chat, you might want to make a t-shirt out of it. I think that's what I'll be doing. Anyway, this is Bernadette's beautiful sunflower. Great job, by the way, Bernadette. And I told you yesterday in the pre-record that I would show you how to make it dimensional. I don't really know if you could see it that well. That's the only problem. But I will finish this off a little bit and show you. Now and I don't know if you can really tell, these are popped up, and that's the reason I kept a couple just stamped here. what did I do put with the other one? Is so that I could show you how I would do that. All right, how you can make it more dimensional. So here I already have it stamped and painted. My leaves are dimensional. And so what I did was I just took another stamping of it, okay, and I painted my leaves or paint or color in or paint, or you can even do stuff like, I'm going to show you this. Take washi tape. Okay, let me find some cute washi tape that would be good. I think something even like this, or you could get something, oh, I don't know. Maybe not that. Maybe like this, because this would be good color. See, it's just like little yellows and greens. So what you're going to want to do is take, and I'm not going to do every one for you, but I told you yesterday this would really make a fun dimensional piece. So you take your extra stamping and you cut it out and make little, you know, little petals. You don't have to do them exact. You could end up just going right over the top and making extra petals. But you can also do stuff like take a little glue. I'm going to use glue because if you're using washi tape, you're going to have to glue it because the washi tape won't really stick permanently, you know. So take a little glue, if you can get your glue to come out. And I'm just, yeah, making sure that the glue is on there, and then you can take your washi and you can just pop it right on there. You can tear it, you know, you don't have to. And this is a fun, great way to get texture, pattern right on your little pieces. Can you see that? And then you can, it's watercolor paper, so you can even sort of bend it a little bit with your fingers and then take your glue again, pop a little glue on there, and then just start putting them around like so. Can you see that? And you know, you can do different colors. Maybe you don't have to do washi tape on all of them, or you know, you can if you want it coordinated, whatever. But here's another little, well, let me do one on the other side. Let's get one, because I'm just going to do a few of these and I'll finish this and share a picture, or maybe again we can finish in Daily Heart, but I just wanted to show you. So that one of course again has the washi tape, so I'd want to do definitely a few of them with the washi tape so that it can have the unity, you know. But you can also just paint, or you can take, I mean, anything really. Let's just use, let's use a little of my golden so flat, just because it's nice. I like this color. It's a nice matte opaque color. So I'm just gonna do that. And again, I kind of popped it, I bent it a little bit, right? So you're just going to go, you're going to do that all around and you glue them in, and then you will have a dimensional piece. All right. So I'm not going to do any more because we still have a lot of imagery and a lot of people to talk about. But again, in my pre-record yesterday, I told you I would show you how to make that dimensional. And I just, for some reason, this image, well, there's a few. I think a lot, you know, a few other images in this collection would be really fun to do this. But this, when I saw it, just, I think the way that it, the way that Bernardette designed it just calls for those kind of torn pieces, you know, super fun. Bye, Jan. Mwah. Thanks for coming. Anyway, I'm going to put that right in my Rolodex. And great job, Bernardette. Love your images, and thank you so much for being a part of our Moonie pop-up. Oh my gosh, so special. All right, the next one up is Shar Darun. And again, if you saw the pre-record yesterday, I did talk about her imagery coming from one of her paintings. So I hope they had a chance to see her painting. which I believe, I don't know the size, but if I had to guess, I would guess it was about 6 by 12-ish, maybe. I could be wrong, but so this piece is about 4 by 8. So the image itself is, wait, where did I put my ruler? Oh my goodness. Okay, here. The image itself is, and all the images on the website, they should have the size with it. Okay, this one is about 7 by 3-ish. Okay, 7 tall by 3. And then I did do a little Rolodexy, but I have not painted her yet. This is painted in acrylic on a sort of a canvas panel. And then I did stamp her in black, and I thought it would be fun to watercolor her. I also kind of wanted to show you, again, not rocket science, but how I might like to extend her body down a little bit if, you know, I wanted to make it. So I stamped this in black ink. I just have a Stabilo black, and I'll just extend that down all the way to the edge and take a little squish of water here. Oops, the water wasn't clean, and just do like so. And I love this. The little detail on her arm is just so, I don't know, there's something about it that just is very mixed media. Also, I love the way that she left the flower open so that you could kind of do whatever you want there, whether you want it to be, you know, you could definitely make it a small little tiny flower or a big flower or a bouquet of flowers. So that's really cool. But we did call, and I don't know, I took the liberty of naming most all of these. And so we called her, She's Got Your Number. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to take my watercolors and try my hand at watercoloring her if I can find them, because for some reason I can't find my watercolors now. Oh, here they are, hiding underneath my journal. Amy says she is my favorite. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Don't you love that? Yeah, she has just such a, I love the painterly look to her. I love the way that her glance is. And especially, again, because that the name, like, She's Got Your Number, with the way her face is looking. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm just going to give her black hair just because I can match that line. And I did anything that I stamped out to make a Rolodexy. I did use watercolor paper, and I am just using the watercolor paper from Five Below. How many of you have heard about that watercolor paper? It comes in a pad like this, and I want to thank Patty Hodder because she is the one who made sure that I had this, which is great for all these stamps because it's nice and thick. It is not the best watercolor paper as far as quality. However, it's really decent enough, you know, and great for mixed media because it's very heavy. And I love it for the Dexies just because of the thickness. And I want to say thank you to Megan Quinlan because she's actually the one who told us about it during one of our Calendar Girl Zooms. So here I think I'm going to go ahead and I am going to show you just doing the flower just a little bit differently. Again, you know, we love taking art foamies, using them as a base layer, and making them our own, you know, doing things that just make it a little bit different, you know. So here we can turn this more into maybe a red rose. I don't know. Yeah, that looks good. And then I want to use the same color for her lips. Oh, and you know what I'm loving already now? I didn't set out to do this, but I'm already just loving the black, the white, and the red. So maybe, you know, I really just don't even do much more. Maybe a little, I think a little coral. I might use a little coral on the cheek. Okay, a little quinacridone coral there. And gosh, I don't know why, but I just was like, wow, I like the way it's coming together without even, and that wasn't intentional. I thought I was going to paint her up real colorful, but you know, sometimes less is more. Use a little gray. And just pull some of that around just to give a little value. And then I don't know, I think I don't know, I'm thinking maybe stripes on her skirt, or I don't know. I think I will just sort of mimic the rose on either side. And that'll be good. I like it just as she is. I don't know. I don't know why, but I like the black, the white, and the red. And I might go in and do a little, I don't know, something on her skirt later. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave her. And, you know, nothing says I can't go back and look at it and do, you know, add details later. But sometimes that's just how I like to work. Anyway, beautiful job, Shar. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of our first ever Great Moonie Pop-Up. All right, and I'm going to set this aside to dry before I stick it in the Dexie holder, okay? All right, Edie Evans Bisbee. What can I say about Edie? Oh my gosh, Edie has been with me also, I think, since the beginning. So it means a lot for me to have Edie here as part of our pop-up. And she did some iconic imagery that she sort of is, I don't want to say known for, but if you know Edie, then you know she loves purple and she loves this type of imagery. So what I did here, and I'm super excited about this Dexie, because it does remind me so much of Edie. So what I did here too, and I didn't get a chance to paint or color these in yet, but I will. I don't know, I'm gonna ohm this up. But anyway, this one is watercolor. I used a lot of gradient watercolor on the back. On the water, just, what am I trying to say? I used a lot of gradient watercolor just on the background, okay? And before it was dry, while it was still wet, I took her, this image here, and I stamped it into the wet watercolor, and it did have a little bit of ink on there. So what that does, when it has that ink, it sort of pushes it away, and almost makes like a resist. Okay. And then I just took her larger, bolder image, stamped it in black, cut it out, painted it colorfully, and popped it right on here. And I just love the way this looks. I think this would make a great greeting card as well. Really, any of these, of course. I like doing them as Dexies because then they're at my fingertips and I can, like, you know, just flip through them. But all of them will make great cards or, you know, journal pages, whatever. You got all the little fodders. So whatever you like to make, of course, that's what you'll make. Yes, thank you so much, Edie. Thanks for being a part of it. And I know, again, that sometimes it is not that easy, you know, to work on demand. It's not that easy to get images over to, you know, first of all, it's not always easy to think them up and then to actually get them on the paper and then to email them to me, you know, when you're working and when you're, you know, Edie had hand surgery. So just going through a lot of stuff, but still made it a priority. And I'm so happy that we have these to offer because they're just beautiful. All right. So, mwah. All right, next up is Christina Fidanza. And again, still just black and white in my journal. However, I did make a little Dexie over here. And I did use also Patty Hotters. This is the one I said, oh my gosh, I'll be so cute together. And I have to tell you, I got such, Unilomi, right? Unilomi. I could never, I was saying it wrong. And I was like, I think they're listed wrong in the names, Edie. But anyway, sorry about that. We can always change it. Anyway, sorry, reading the comments and going backwards. So Christina's mug, her mid-mod mug, is a fabulous design. Love it. So bold and crisp, super cute and fun. This would be so great for, I mean, I could just see so many different applications for this. I think it would be great to say, let's get together. I think it would be great to say, I miss your mug. I think it would be great to make a little slit and have like a message come out. I mean, there's so many ways you could use this image. And I wanted to show you how nicely it stamps. This is just stamped in blue ink. And I sat here and stared at it for a while because there's so many different things I thought would be fun to do. I think it would be so great to doodle over the top. I think, and actually I got so many ideas from looking at this. I kind of want to have another one and have it flip the other way. Because I think it would make so cute to make a little journal. And this needs to be on the opposite side. So we might end up, if you do it again, Christina, we might make this, reversed because I love it. I'm already seeing so many things. Anyway, I think it's awesome having Patty Hotter's little, I called them jacks, but they're like atomic, mid-century, modern, iconic, just imagery, but super cute just coming out of the cup, right? And I purposely didn't do anything to this because I thought, wow, it'd be really fun to, just on the live stream, just kind of show you what I mean. I'm not going to do the whole thing. And again, we will be working with these images all throughout, the month. But I think it would be really fun to sit and just with whatever pen, maybe I won't use my paint pen, but you could use paint pens. You could use, markers. You could use your gel pens would be super fun. Maybe even just in, monochromatic. I think this is almost the same color. So it would be fun just to take a similar color and go around. And of course, this is something I enjoy so much and I know you can't really see that very well. So let me pick a color you could see a little bit better. This is something I really enjoy doing when I am in my studio playing, making samples, or just because I'm inspired to create something. Lots of times, I don't know how many of you do this or not do it. But I personally myself do get, and like I will just get an idea or a thought, whether it's from seeing an art foamy or seeing somebody else's art or something that somebody else made, or sometimes I'm just sitting quietly by myself and I'll be like, ooh, you know, I just get an idea and I'm like, I want to try that right now. So I literally will come in the studio and I will just start in. And these are the types of things I enjoy to, just fiddle around. I call it piddle diddling. I piddle diddle in so many ways, but I love to just doodle around and piddle diddle with my imagery and my various art supplies, because you know what? One time I might try a gel pen, or one time I might try a paint pen, or I might try both, or I might just use layer cakes. It really just depends on, I don't know, different factors. Like it could just be my mood. Like, what do I feel like trying? What do I feel like testing out? What do I think will work the best? And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm not. And that's okay. That's the fun of it, right? So you can do stuff like that. Then you can go in. I can't really remember what color this is, but I'm just going to try to get close so I could go in and just right over the top, continue to sort of push these. And again, just to have fun and to see where it might lead me. I don't always feel pressured to be doing something that is necessarily even for a reason. Me enjoying my time, me learning something, or, just having a little bit of fun is reason enough for me to do any of this stuff. Okay. And it does not have to be for sale. It doesn't have to be for posting. It can just be for because. And that's one thing I try also to encourage you all to do every day in Daily Heart. That's why we get together every day and just do whatever sort of strikes my fancy. I mean, sometimes there's rhyme or reason to it, but sometimes it's just sort of, whatever I feel like doing, because that's a good enough reason, and I hope that some of that rubs off on you all. I hope that you think that's a good enough reason to come to your studio and be makey. That's the other reason why I call it getting makey, is because, that has a little humor to it. And I think it sort of makes it just a little less serious, So I think that things are serious enough that you don't always need to just take it so serious. I mean, that doesn't mean I do take my art serious, because it is my livelihood, but at the same time, it's also my hobby. So anyway, all right, is this coffee or tea? Let's go ahead. We'll just put a little burnt umber there. And then, of course, you could get your other paint pen. And I want to tell you, my white paint pens are not in the best shape right now. I'm thinking I might have to get some new ones. But anyway, you could go back on and, doodle it up some more, whatever you want to do. I think that you could continue to have a little fun if you want to. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you didn't even forget that. Maybe you didn't need to do that. So let's go over here and just darken that handle. I'm trying, and I think since it's mid-century modern sort of, I think I'm going to use a little orange for the bottom here. Then of course you could do some overstamping too. Get your little atomic jacks. Do a little overstamping. Let me grab those. Super cute, right? Oh my gosh. And then you could, you know, again, you could say like, I miss your mug. Come on over for a cup of coffee, a cuppa, you know. Anyway, I just love it. And I can see almost like a whole little series, you know. That's one thing also I love about these images, just get you going. Really start getting your imagination, you know, fired up. All right, so put this aside too so it can dry. Next up is the Fultons, Dana and Jack. Oh my gosh. And I do want to say, on our little flyer, I just said it's the Fultons, but it is Dana and Jack. I realize it's two separate people. They are not one. However, Dana and Jack really did collaborate on these because Dana was like, this is what I want, and this is my idea, and this is my vision. And then Jack did the renderings. And then actually I worked with Jack to make sure that they were nice, you know, imagery that had line qualities that could hold up nicely. And so they have three very different ones. And they did this because Dana said, you know, this, I want a peace sunflower, for a couple reasons, because peace is like her favorite, that's her word, and peace, of course, who doesn't want peace, right? And then she loves sunflowers, and she's from Kansas, which I think is the state flower. And then just breathe, because she said we needed that saying because everybody needs a reminder. And then be kind, because it's just so dang cute, right? So I had fun painting these, but I also had a little fun making a Rolodexy, but I am going to tell you it does incorporate another person's art foamy, and I love, love, love the way that they worked out together. So here we go. And Jack and Dana, mwah, I'm sending you a big hug and kiss. Thank you so much for being my Mooney, my Moonies, my patrons, for ever since I met Dana. Oh my gosh, what year was it, Dana? 2018. We met at a retreat, and then she came back. We met, and then we became fast friends. She went back, and her and Jack both signed up for my Patreon and have joined me almost every single day for Daily Heart ever since. So, mwah, mwah, mwah. And they had to, and this was, again, a collaborative effort, because I was like, come on, you guys, you have to have some stuff in the pop-up. And I'm so proud of them, because these were submitted way early on. So they've had these for a while. Anyway, next up is Amy Geralot. And Amy did a 2-piece set called Ophelia, which is absolutely beautiful. I am going to pull it out because I want to show you the set. Here it is, and it's just 2 pieces, but I had an extra one done so I could show you. So this is how it stamps. Okay, no face. You have to either collage or make your own face, whatever you want. You know, it's very simple to do that, or you can leave it open. You know, it's a really versatile image, and I don't know how many of you know this. I love this. I love goddess imagery. I love women. I love flowing things, and I love hair. I don't know how many of you have seen these, but these are pieces that I did, oh gosh, many moons ago. If I can find them here. Hold on. No, they're right around here. But it just reminds me of it because I love the flowing hair. I'm not going to be able to find them now. Dang it. I thought they were always sitting on my shelf. Yeah, they have been sitting on my shelf for 2 years. And I don't know where they went now. And I have the funny thing is I have like different ones. Hold on. It's going to drive me crazy. Oh, here's one of them. I think, so these are from my Rubber Moon images so long ago. And I'm only just showing you this because so you can see how much I love this type of imagery. This is from like 2013 when I just designed these little rubber stamp faces. So and then I have another one with, she has pink hair going up like that. And I love the look of that. So beautiful job, Amy. And I like how she designed the hands as well. But I want you to know I made a decision in making the Art Foamy that it would be together. So when you order this set, the arms come together, and that makes it so that we do not get a right and left hands mixed up or whatever. You can use them like this. I'll stamp this for you just so you can see it. Okay. You can use it just like this, but it's not, you know, they're kind of close together. So my recommendation, and really what I did this for, is so that you could easily get it in shipping, whatever, but you can just snip them apart. Okay. There's a little cut right between them. Just snip them, and then you have the two hands. That way you can place them where you want them. All right. So, and then here I have one, and this one I did not snip them apart. That's the hands together. Okay. And then this one, I did make a Rolodexy, and I did snip the hands apart. You can see. And then I used the Just Breathe. I used Jack and Dana's Just Breathe image with her, and I think it's just perfect. Right? So cute. And of course, love the rainbow hair. Could not resist. Yeah, so anyway, that is Ophelia's set, and it's beautiful. People are loving it. I want you all to know our pop-up is doing amazing, you guys. Okay, so I hope that all Blue Moonies are invited to an extra Makey on the 25th in Patreon, so that we can just, you know, chit-chat. Anybody who is newer or doesn't have stamps in the pop-up that would like to can come and, you know, ask questions or just be part of it. But also that Blue Moon Makey will be so that I can kind of let you know how you're all doing, where you're at, what your sales are like, and that is super exciting too, right? And I know some of you, it's going to be a little bit you know, more than others, because some of you only have one stamp, some of you have more, but remember, we're going to have time to do this again. So, you know, this is just our first ever premiere, sort of, you know, and you're all the guinea pigs. What can I say? Oh, anyway. So isn't it beautiful? I just love it. And I'm going to pop it right here into the Rolodexy. Next up is Catherine M. And you know I love this image. Oh my gosh, so adorable. Just like Catherine. And I like it because it can be sort of like just a fun person. I don't know why, I think you could turn it into John Lennon and say, like, it just reminds me of the Imagine song. I don't know why, but also it does kind of remind me of somebody that you can turn into a blue-haired lady. And I just love that because, you know, lots of us are not 20 or 30 or whatever. So I did this, and the name of her person is Kismet, which I think is so cute and sweet. And here is Kismet under a rainbow. And then I did another one as Dreamer. And again, I don't know why Imagine Dreamer just reminds me for some reason. I can't get it out of my head, but I love the look of it. I love how I was easily able to change the eyes and have her eyes closed like she's dreaming. And then I did mix it with my little birds, my little flock of birds. And I kept it kind of really simple with color. And I just love it. It is so serene, kind of whimsical, but just really fun. And that's what I like to do, is have fun with my images. And see how I might change them up, see different ways of using them. I'm not going to lie to you, I think this would be a super fun Art Foamy to take and use different collage faces. You could even use your own face with this crazy hair. Super fun. All right. Catherine, again, was another one. I had to say, Catherine, you have been a Mooney since day one. And, you know, and Catherine and I, we have our own little private in jokes because we've known each other so long. Sometimes we talk on the phone. She's super shy. And I had to say, you have to have your image in the pop-up. I can't do the Moonie pop-up without you. So I'm so happy that you are here. And thank you so much for participating. Mwah. And it's going in the Dexy, folks. All right. So next up is Patty Hodder. And Patty, oh my gosh, I hope that you have all had a chance to see what Patty's been doing with her set. I think she was inspired by a few different things. Patty, and I don't know if Patty's still here. I'm sorry if I'm losing some of you, right? Bev Jones, yes, it does definitely. I do have to say, some of them, it's really funny because you know what? I know so many of you long enough and well enough to know what kind of images that you like. And sometimes I'll say, oh my gosh, Linda would just love this. Or, oh my gosh, you know, like, especially if it's like birds and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, Catherine's going to love these birds. Or I'll be like, oh, this is right up Patty's alley. You know, just different stuff. I know. And so when I did see this image, I was like, Bev Jones will love this. Bev is such a consummate artist. She is quirky. I hope you don't mind me saying that about you, Bev, but you do some quirky stuff, so playful. So, I think also, I don't know how many of you do follow Bev, Two Coyotes Studio, but she's also an actress, I think director, right? Do you direct? But anyway, so I think a lot of that kind of aesthetic just comes through. Very playful artist, and love following you, Bev. Love following you. Anyway, so Patty Hodder, I did not get a chance. There are a few people I did not get a chance to make full Dexies or finish your pages yet. Okay, I do have these all stamped out more than one time. Love the way that you've been using your girl so much on like map pages, collaging. Love the dang poodle so much. I just have not gotten to it yet. Do have them stamped out pretty nice. And then of course I did use your Atomic Jacks on the mug, but that's the only Rolodexy so far that I have. So I will be, and you know I have to do the cat because I'm a cat lady, and I love them all. I won't lie, I love this set, but I want to make a Dexy from the cat. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I think I have a couple pieces cut here. So I'm just gonna stamp the cat here. And get it at least ready. Dexy ready. Well, Catherine, I don't know, maybe online she doesn't seem shy, but when we talk on the phone, she's so quiet. Chatty. We chat good, but she's very quiet and kind of reserved and more shy than I would have thought that she was. I think we've talked on the phone twice. Yes. Oh, Heather, do it. Do it, Heather. Heather says, I think the cat and the dog need to be Shrinky Dink earrings, and that would be so dang cute. I also would love, I'm not kidding, I would love to stamp this poodle on a skirt and have a little poodle skirt. Wouldn't that be so cute? Right? Also, while I have this done, I'm going to blow dry it just for a quick second, okay? And then I think I am going to take gold paint. I don't know. I want gold. I'm just going to use this Mars Yellow Deep just because I already have it out here. And you know, I'm not going to necessarily finish, but I do want to sort of show you how I take and use black, because a lot of times people do not like a solid black image. They think that when you have a solid image, that whatever you stamp it in, so whether, you know, if you stamp it in black, if I stamp it in brown, if I stamp it in green, then it has to stay that color. But that is not true. Your dark images, your solid imagery can easily be just turned into a base layer, okay? And you do that by taking a more opaque color and just painting over the top. And you can use, you know, like your acrylic paints. You can also, you know, that layer cakes are pretty darn opaque. So you could use layer cakes. You could also use colored pencils. And I will tell you, I don't like how that covered, so I'm going to scrape that right there, just so it has a little break. But one of the reasons I do love using the So Flat color is because it is super opaque. I know it is a, you know, it's a pricey paint. It's not cheap. It's not craft paint, but you know, you don't have to use much. And I find that when I use my good, high quality materials, I get a lot less frustrated. All right, so there is basically my image. I want to darken the outside line just a little bit where maybe I didn't get the best stamping. So I'm just going to darken that, and I'm going to darken across there. And then of course, oh, and I got a little smudge. It wasn't dry. After all that work, how can I fix it? Okay, let's see. How can I fix that? Well, a couple different ways, I guess. I could just use a little white paint, or I could cut out, or you know what? I hate it, but I'm just going to go around, make that a little bit bigger. And then I'll go around with my black and just outline it again and make it look more purposeful. I hate that I did that, but shame on me for not blow drying. Yes, oh my God. Dana, that's great. We are Siamese, if you please. Does remind me of that a little bit. All right, so again, just to show you how I fix that, just go and go around it and make it look, you know, like it was a thing. And then, I don't know, probably want to, I don't know what to write in there. I want to write something, but I'm not sure what. So probably what I would do, just to give you some ideas, is I would probably go online and just look up some mid-century imagery and kind of just see what might be cute there. And of course, it would depend on what I was going to be doing with this. If I was going to be, you know, sending it to somebody, I might write something different than if I'm keeping it in my own Rolodexy, right? Of course, I do think that some of the atomic jacks would be really cute, going around there in shades of teal. I don't necessarily have any teal right here, but I do have some blue on my, so I think that's good. And We'll just take a little teal watercolor too and smudge it right in there. I'm going to go ahead now, take my little corner rounder because I just think it makes everything look better. I'm going to round my corners. Well, it only makes it look better if they're squared off. When they're not, it kind of messes them up, but that's okay. And then I'll take my little Dexie punch. Oops, uh-oh, that was almost a disaster. Uh-oh, Bernardette, where are you? What happened, Bernardette? Let me see. Have you been sick? I haven't heard from you, so now I'm just now seeing you here. Where at Bernardette? Oh no. Oh, you're not sick, your cousin. I'm so sorry. I hope she'll be okay. Or he. Anyway, here at least I got you know, a little Patty Hotter Rolodexy for my holder here, and I'm going to set that aside and let it dry, and we'll move on. Next one is Karen Jensen, and I do have to show you. If you watched again the pre-record yesterday, I talked a little bit about this, which I do want to show you, and then I'm going to also pull out. Now where is the rest of the Rolodexes? Where did I put them? I have more. Oh yeah, they're right here. My brain, folks. It has been a long week and weekend, and I might be fading fast. All right, here, and it's not painted yet, but it is so cute, if I do say so myself. It is using the little button background, which is so adorable. And then I went ahead, and I don't know if you can see this, I used her other little button images. I poked 2 holes in it, and I turned it into an actual button. I used a little bit of wire to wrap it on there so it just looks like a button sewn on to a button background. And then I made another little hello, you know, just with my paint pen and sort of mimicking her buttons. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just smudge some watercolor right on here. Sort of finish it off quickly. And of course, I would like to make all my buttons just a fun random background, so you can just dip into a bunch of different colors and whatever you kind of have on hand. You know, if you have your watercolors opened, use your watercolors. If you have your layer cakes, you can use your layer cakes. If you have colored pencils, use your colored pencils. It is such a fun, cute little you know, whimsical background, and you can just have so much fun sitting and doing your little rainbow colors. And you could go back and put more detail if you want to. Do rainbow colors. So you get the idea, right? And even if you don't finish all the colors, you know, even if you just leave some white, if you leave the background kind of pale, it's fine. Or you can go in and, well, you already know. You know the deal. I don't have to tell you how to play and how to experiment, you know? So, so cute. I just love, love, love this stamp. And I think I'm just going to take a little, oh, what else? A little layer cake, maybe. because again, it's a little more opaque, and I'm gonna something darker maybe. And of course, you could do so many different, you could do different colors. Also, I don't know how many of you have seen Janice Sigmund's set, or, you know, Janice Sigmund's, which we will get to. She has another one that would work really well with this too, and you could use a little button flower with it. So adorable. Anyway, I love this Rolodexy, and I'm going to add it to my collection. Karen, thank you so much. Oh, and I do want to show you, because this other piece is so unusual. Let me just show it to you. A couple, because I think that if you don't see, if you don't see it used, you won't really know. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with Sarah Matthews comb stamp. It is similar to that. It's a little bit thinner. But what happened was when Karen saw that comb stamp, which is just like this, okay, and you can use it like this. I'm going to stamp it for you. Okay, so you can stamp it like that, and you, oops, well, I didn't do very well. Here, let me get some more ink on there. And it's the back. So remember, the backs don't often stamp as well as the fronts, but you can use them. So here, I hope I got it inked up a little bit better. Oops, let me go down and see the comments really quick. Yeah, Cindy says, I see bike tires. So there's that, okay? And yes, it's kind of like, I don't know, you can just get some fun patterning. Karen is a very experimental artist. I love the way she thinks, and she asks such thoughtful questions, and she just has a lot of interesting, you know, thoughts about stuff, and she likes to experiment with things. So she thought this would be fun. She saw Sarah's this way, and she thought, okay, well, that's kind of cool. But like, what if you put some kind of image on the other side, like on the actual stamp? What if it had little squares where you could then take and, you know, you could use it just this way. So let's go up here. You can use it to stamp little square, and they're very organic, okay? They're not, or so you have these little sort of marks, okay? Because yes, mark making is just fun to do with your ArtFoamies, and sometimes it's really nice to have things that are not always, what's the word, you know, like they're not always going to make the same mark, right? They might be arbitrary marks. And I think that was the whole reason she wanted to try that, is so that you could have arbitrary marks. And you know, they don't always stamp the nicest all at once, but the thing that she wanted to be able to do is to stamp them separately if you want to, right? So you can do things like that. Okay, but you can also spread it out and just get different random patterns that way. Okay, and it's hit or miss, but anyway, again, she has sort of an eclectic way of playing, and this again was her custom foamy that she wanted to play and experiment with. So we went ahead and did it, and she's done some really super fun things with it. So I said, you know what, why not? Let's just go ahead, put it in the pop-up, and see if other people want to, you know, experiment that way too. Maybe it gives other people fun random ideas. So yes, again, these two, her button and then her button star, were kind of like her more I guess I don't want to call it traditional, but you know, like her more image based pieces. And then this was her experimental organic art foamy. And again, I don't really know what it's called. I have to look on there. But anyway, that I wanted to share with you. And so, Karen, we're so excited and happy that you are a part of our pop-up, and I thank you for your contributions. Your little button background is a fave, I have to say. Mwah! Anyway, and yes, and Karen is a part of the little Discord group that everybody thinks, or that the saying that should be an art foamy. She's one of the people that I think needs that stamp. Anyway, next up is my friend Bev Gwynn Jones. We've already been talking a bit about Bev and her studio, Two Coyotes Studio. And she's been also a Mooney for many moons. And she has a great little shop that she has had for, oh my gosh, I love the story because she was sort of, I guess, not treated the best by somebody that she went to speak to, maybe at the Better Business Bureau or something like that. I just remember her telling a story about talking to a man about her business, and he poo-pooed her and didn't give her a month to be in business. And that was like 30 years ago. So Bev Gwynn Jones, my sister artist and entrepreneur, so proud of you and so happy that you're part of the pop-up, because I know it was a really busy time for you too, and it was challenging to get your art foamy in. However, it's a goodie. It's peace, love, and moonbeams. And we did it in 2 sizes because one has to be for a larger journal or t-shirt. And she has a great idea too. If you follow her, make sure that you see her post about the t-shirts. Okay, if you have an art foamy t-shirt, she's gonna make a little album with all the t-shirts if you have stamped yours. All right, because she stamped hers with their peace, love, and moonbeams. And then we did a smaller size for smaller cards, dexies, envelopes, and such. And I just used the small one here in rainbow colors. Super easy, super fast, but effective, right? And of course, you can go in and paint on the in-betweens or paint certain images if you want to, but I love it even just so simple as it is. So that, my friends, is my Bev Gwynn Jones Peace, Love, and Moonbeams Dexie. Oh my goodness. Yes. Bev Jones says 33 years this month. So congratulations to you. You, you know, you're my hero and somebody I look up to. I hope I can be in business that long. Maybe. I don't, yeah, I do. I'm just kidding. All right. Mary Lynn Kelly. Oh my gosh. What can I say about Mary Lynn? Mary Lynn's been designing Rubber Moon. You all know Mary Lynn already. I hope, and if you don't, I hope you do. Make sure you're following Mary Lynn. Many Rubber Moon stamps. So of course, go over to rubbermoon.com and look at all of their offerings. You can find, of course, all my rubber stamps, all Mary Lynn's rubber stamps, and many more, right? So we designed this sort of a while ago. I have a funny story, okay? I'm going to tell you the story about Mary Lynn's set. Let me grab it real fast. Okay, so it's not an actual set, 3-piece set. It's only 2 pieces, the positive and negative tulips, and then this is a separate background. Okay, first, when I was talking with Mary Lynn about doing this background, I thought that it would be nice. We were working together. We collaborate together. Yes, Mary Lynn is so talented. I've loved her forever. Okay, some of her rubber stamps I still have from all those years ago. So I love, and the fact that we're friends now is just icing on the cake. Okay, so, but I do have a funny story because Mary Lynn, you know, because she's designed so long, she knows what she likes and she knows what she wants. Well, you know, sometimes we go back and forth and it's been kind of crazy with this whole thing. So when I first designed this piece, I said, let's have a bigger piece where these can fit inside and it'll be a repeat pattern. Well, I showed her one that was multiples, okay? Well, when I did it, I didn't realize it would have to be huge. It would have to be like 16 by 16 to have that many rows of these flowers open that could hold these. So I went ahead, wasn't thinking. I did not actually get her approval because she said she liked it with the openings, you know. So I was like, oh, well, we'll just make it for 3 instead of 16. So I went ahead and did it. And then when I was showing the sneak peek, she wrote me and she's like, well, I don't like that background. I don't understand like who's going to want that, because I stamped it in black, which it doesn't really, it's not the best, right? Let me get another piece of paper here. So she said, I don't want to do it. I think it's like, I don't like it. And I said, well, it's really nice for the size. Like, I wasn't trying to convince her. I said, if you don't want it, it's okay. I understand. And I said, I'm sorry, I would never do anything to your artwork, you know, to make it different or whatever. I said, it's the same, it's just smaller, right? And so I went ahead and I made another sample and I sent it to her. And well, I was going to take it off. I said, I'm sorry, I would never, you know, do something that you don't like. But I said, but look at this. So I stamped this up. Let me just show this to you. I spritzed this with a little water, took a couple Derwent sticks or watercolor crayons. What did I have? I think I had some watercolor crayons, to be honest, but I don't have those right here. So I'm just going to use my Derwent sticks. So I just spritzed it with a little water. I'm going to smushy my Derwents on here. Okay. So this color, get a little more water. And just whatever, you know, fun colors, just smush them up on there. You want them to sort of mix a little bit, and at least coordinate. You know, you don't want to make mud, but you got a sort of a magenta and some teal. And then I went ahead and just stamped that right on there. Yes. Yes, that is true. Catherine says, Marilyn's art is so distinctive and wonderful. And it really is. It really has a very recognizable line quality, and her characters. Now, I didn't get the best coloration, but you get the idea, right? And if I want to go ahead, let me try to make that a little bit better. Just, I don't know. My crayon is all lumpy and gross. So anyway, I think I can get that lined up pretty well. Okay, so really nice that you can sort of isolate those images and have the white of the paper be your image, right? And then of course you can go back in with your stamps. You can paint them, you can ink them, whatever you want. Let's just do, I'll do a little layer cake here because I got some layer cakes right here. That'll be pretty easy. And I might make a little mud because I think it might be a little dirty, but that's okay. You'll get kind of the idea. All right, and you should be able to just pop it right in there. And see, oh my gosh, it works so well, even if you have little bits of the white. And then so when I sent Marilyn the samples, she was like, oh my gosh, I love it. She said, you made my day. And it was so cute. You know what she said to me? I have to tell you, because it was the nicest, it was so sweet. And you know, my message to her, I was like, of course I will defer to you. I am, you know, whatever you want, it's your images, it's your pop-up. I'm not gonna, you know, change your art or make you do something that you don't want. But you know what she said to me? She said, you know what? She said, one of us runs a successful art stamp company and it's not me. She goes, I'm gonna let you make the decision And I'm going to trust you. And so that is the highest compliment that I could be paid. So I love you, Marilyn, to the moon and back. And I'm so appreciative of you. I hope you know that. And I think this is a darling set. Again, it's not a three-piece set. It's the two tulips, like so, the positive and negative, and then that backboard if you want it. But I love it. And even if, so I think if you just had the backboard, you could always stamp that in whatever color and then just paint in your tulips too. So here, my friends, and I did give them little faces and I said, wishing you love for my tulips. Anyway, and that's my little Dexie with Mary Lynn's set. And these probably will be put into her collection. So again, you know, if you are trying to decide between buying this or buying that, know that Mary Lynn's, you know, she has a permanent collection with ArtFoamies, and we are going to be putting these over there. I'm going to go ahead and just trim this up right to the edge. Not saying that you would have to do that. I don't mind having that little edge, but I'm going to turn this into a little Dexie card as well. Just because, why not? Ta-da! Okay, that was Mary Lynn Kelly. Next up is Jenny Maroney. Oh my gosh, and I am going to tell you, I'm getting back to the back pages of my journal where I did run out of time in wanting to create with all of these pieces. Oh my gosh, I really love them. I was just so pleasantly, Jenny too is a newer Mooney. And so this was the first time she had submitted some designs, and I was so just blown away by, you know, the level of the quality of, you know, the art. It's great. Nice bold lines, great imagery. So I do have a couple Dexies. I have not had a chance to paint them yet. These over here, which I really want to. And I'm dying to work with this girl too. But I do have these stamped out, ready for Dexies. And I did pretty much almost finish my favorite little journal bug. Oh my gosh. I just think it's so adorable. And I did use one of the old Mooney freebies from, oh my gosh, this is, it will, if you want one of the old crayons, it is in our Etsy shop. I don't remember what month or even what year now. Okay, but I just used a couple other little ArtFoamies, and I just think she's adorable. And then I was being ambitious because I was dying to paint this. Of course, I want to use some sparkles and I want to use rainbow, and then I wanted to put some clouds too. So I will be working on that for sure. First thing, Daily Heart coming up. All right, Jenny, I love your collection, and I'm so happy that you're part of our pop-up. Please make sure that you're following Jenny. She does a lot of daily art and a lot of little videos, you know, like time-lapse videos and lots of great shares. Okay, and she sells beautiful journals, so make sure you're over there following Jenny Maroney. Next up is Patty McFarlane, and oh my gosh, I don't even know what to really say exactly about Patty. Patty also newer Mooney, but we have just really hit it off. Oh my gosh, and her art, fantastic. Again, so many quality people here doing daily things, showing you know, all their paintings, mixed media artwork. So please make sure you're following Patty McFarlane. She has a lot of different, she's all over social media. Patty McFarlane, also known as Ron, also known as Pato. So hilarious. But she is a great designer, and she's been just blowing it away. She's very prolific. So she's been doing so many great samples and examples. She's done some flags. She's done t-shirts. Oh my gosh, she's done cards. She just has a lot of different places where she sells and shows her artwork online. So get over there and follow her and see all the cute stuff. I have not had a chance to do the pollinator fairies yet, which I'm super bummed about, because I love them and they are very popular already. Did do one of the little articulated dolls, which I'm very happy with. I want to do more. She's like blown it away, but I mean, it's not a contest. I'm not trying to make it like it is, but you know, I'm like, I want to keep up, but I can't. But anyway, I made a little pocket, just a little clear pocket so I could house my doll in there. And you can see them at least stamped out in black and white. Oh my gosh, so many different fun things you could do with these two, because remember, their heads are a great size for like even calendar girl bodies. So if you just wanted them even to be able to cut out the faces, you could use them that way. You can use them for wings if you want to cut out the wings. So remember, lots of fun ways to use these. Also, same with these legs. Maybe you want to use these legs on something else, right? Just cut them off. All of this stuff, mix and match. Super fun, right? Beautiful. So Patty, mwah, thank you so much for participating and for your wonderful imagery. And again, I want to remind you all too, this is a unique pop-up and a unique opportunity. The Blue Moonies also have the option of purchasing their own stamps and reselling them on their sites. So many of you, or many of the Blue Mooney artists, so for example, Bev Gwynn Jones, she might have some of hers in her shop later. Patty might have some of hers in her shop later. Heather Bailey, I know already, has said that she wants to carry some. I hope you all are following Heather. She has Live Aloha Creations. She sells art supplies, lots of great art supplies on her website. So, you know, it only makes sense that she probably will carry some of her art foamies, because look, everybody's not going to be able to get them all, right? We're not like billionaires. Well, maybe some of us are, but I don't think many of us are. So, you know, you're probably not going to buy them all at once. We are going to find other ways for you to get your hands back on these, you know, if you are so inclined. All right. Mwah. I'm going to put it in my Dexy. Next up is Puffer. Puffer, go fish. And I don't know if Puffer's here. I can't remember if I saw Puffer earlier or not. But hopefully she will see this so she can see how cute her puffer fish is. And I don't know, Linda Finney, are you here? Are you seeing this a little bit? And then I did use Red Tin Roof's little algae or little seaweed. And such a cute puffer fish. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Will make great also shrinky earrings or shrinky buttons. So yeah, it's about 3.5 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches. So it's nice, you know, nice general size. And of course, Puffer had to have a Puffer Go Fish, for her fishbowl. And hopefully this Puffer can come live with you too, because it also goes great with some of Linda Finney's imagery. And I'm going to talk about Linda in a minute, but I do want to say, Puffer, if you're here, I don't know if you are, but I love you to the moon and back, and I am so happy that you're a part of this pop-up. I'm really proud of you, and great job, okay? Mwah. All right, Linda Finney. Linda, too, has had quite a year, and she has been a Mooney since the very, very beginning. And so when she did not submit any imagery, I messaged her and I said, you have to do it. She's had a really hard year. She's had a few things going on. And I said, this is going to be good for you. So come on, get with the program. And you know what? She did it. She took the whole weekend and she submitted. She drew them and she submitted designs that were just amazing. So they are not cohesive in the sense of necessarily going together, but they were just images that she wanted to see, that she felt that ArtFoamies needed or that she just loved. And I am right there with her. Love, love, love her octopus. Oh my gosh. So just different and fun, whimsical. I love it. I just can't say enough about it. And it is rather large, okay? We could not make this in a smaller size. None of the detail would have come out and it would have just been a mess. So it is one of the largest stamps at about 7.5 inches tall by about 6 inches wide, okay? So it's a big boy, but so fun. Oh my gosh, so great to paint. Will make great shrink, okay? But also it goes really well with a lot of the mermaid type imagery, and just really can't say enough about it, okay? I hope you had a chance to see that I did use a little piece of it here with puffer fish. So I love that, okay? And then she also did this piece that is really just cool. It's just vines and spirals and sort of like bubble flowers, but she really created it to go with most all of the Art Foamy poetry sets, because the Art Foamy poetry words fit really nicely inside, and even if they overlap, if they're long, okay, it's going to be great. So this was her idea that she wanted to do just to go with Art Foamy poetry. So I love that. It was not anything to do with my idea or any, just completely inspired by Art Foamy poetry. Super fun. And it's large. It's also pretty big, about 5x4, I think, maybe 6x4. But again, even if you want to stamp on a smaller piece, okay, let's just do a little Dexy real quick, because even if it hangs off, okay, it's going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it just in some green. And we're going to, I guess we'll go this way. So I want to just show you what I mean. Even if it hangs off, oops, and I'm sorry, I'm out of the frame a little bit. Let's move over here. It's still okay, right? And I didn't get the best stamping. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And I'll just do some overpainting. Where is a word that will go with it? Dream. I have dreamer. Let's see, a lot of those are. I don't know what happened to inspired. I wanted kind of a longer word, but that's okay. We'll just do dreamer. Why not? And I can cut this down. I am going to, because I didn't do a very good stamping, I am going to just go over, I'm just going to take some layer cakes and just paint over, sort of make it look better. And so, I just want to say, while I'm thinking about this, because, I was just telling you the story about texting Linda and saying, come on, you got to do this. You got to, and, I wasn't trying to ever pressure. And of course I told her and anybody else who I talked to this way, I said, like, of course you don't have to, and I'm not trying to pressure you, but I said, I know that you kind of want to, at least you indicated that you did, and I really want you to be a part of it, and I know that you can do it. I know it seems daunting. I know that it seems, like, oh, like kind of sometimes when you're starting a project like that, it can feel really intimidating, but I was like, but you can do it. Like, I know that you're intimidated a little bit, and I know that you don't have a lot of time, but I said, I know that you can do it. And I said, even if you just send me rough sketches, then we can work together to make it happen, And so I am so happy that I did that because I want to tell you what a great honor it is for me to be sitting here working with your imagery, okay? When so many of you have supported me in my dreams, you've worked with my stamps, you have purchased my stuff. I mean, the fact that I could do a little something to just return the favor or to encourage you means everything to me. I hope that you know that. So anyway, I'm going to trim this down. It's, you know, it's not perfect, but it's cute. It's quick. Let's get a little yellow over here. And it will make a cute, great Rolodexy for my collection. My collexy. That's a joke. You know, I like to make it my own, right? That's what I talk about all the time. So just have fun with that. Play, dream, and create, right? Nothing like a little smushy. I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. I want to bring it in, you know, and then I'm going to turn it into a Dex. Ah, so cute. And again, that sort of goes so nicely with all of the Art Foamy Poetry words, but it also really, for some reason, goes super nicely with Patty Campbell's imagery and also with Jim Smith's. I know you haven't seen Jim's yet. Well, maybe you saw Jim's online or if you were here yesterday, but I haven't shown you all the samples yet. And of course, you know, I may go in with some little polka dots and maybe I'll go in with my dot to dot, or I could even use, some of the other leaves or florals just to, you know, I don't know, liven it up just a little bit more. And maybe I'll go in here and paint my edges just to bring that in a bit. There we go. I think that's so sweet. And I do think some other little, you know, details will be nice, but it's not finished. And remember, I'll be working on these all throughout the month, okay? So that, my friends, was Linda Finney. And then of course I didn't talk about this one, but well, love a good fur baby, right? So we got a love with the paw and a little bit different from the traditional. She got a little heart in there, and you could turn it into a cat paw if you're a cat lady. All right, and Cindy Sharp, my friend Cindy, I know that you all heard the story about this one. I love our collaboration. And I did do a special little Rolodex. I'm going to paint this in my journal and try to do some of the things that Cindy mentioned that she would love to have this set for. I am going to pull it out for you because it is 3 pieces. I think it's kind of important to see it. So here it is again. It's just stamped in a couple colors, right? So you have your big tree, your leafless tree. Okay. And she did it this way because she wanted to be able to write names in the branches, maybe make a family tree, maybe make a tree of life. You can add leaves if you want to. You could make it into a little like gnome or fairy tree. And then her vision was to have the little, and I know you can't see it very well, but the little nest and the little bird separately so that you can stamp the bird like on a branch somewhere else, okay, without the nest, or you know, keep them together. So it's really tiny, but it actually still really works. And they do nestle right there in that crook of that tree. So fun. And then I did make a special Dexie, which I just love. I really, really love it. It is so nice to layer. You can see how I got all these layers, but of course, adding the little leaves and a little background. You could, again, make little gnomes or fairies. I think it's just so special and so sweet. And I love it. And I love you, Cindy Sharp, to the moon and back. Again, don't know if you heard me talking about Cindy yesterday, but she's had a tough year. I know a lot of us have, okay? But some a little more challenging than others. And she still made this a priority to get the image over to me, and I'm so happy that she did. So thank you, Cindy. Wouldn't be the same without you. And that's my friend Cindy Sharp. All right. Next up is Janice Sigmund. Oh my gosh. Oh, now I hope you've all had a chance to see Janice's samples also, because she went crazy, went ham bony rony, and did a lot of samples, and she did great pictures. And she does have some very fun sets, or imagery, one set and then a couple images. And Janice is a great designer. Okay, came to me so well done. All right, I'm gonna grab her stamps too. And I'm sorry they're not, again, on order, so I'm like, where are you, Janice? Oh, there you are. All right, so we did put the little bird and the button flower together as a set. And here it is together like that. Then she has a little row of wildflowers, okay? And then this one, it says made with love. It does not say KP in it, okay? It's blank so that you can add your name, all right? And I did not do a Rolodexy with Janice's yet. I love this so much. I was almost tempted to cut it right out and make it into a Rolodexy, but I don't think I'm going to. I do have it stamped here, however, so I actually could just take it, cut it out, and paint it and have it ready to go. The beautiful thing about this I love is that, of course, you can use it and make row after row. You can make borders. You can use them a little bit shorter if you don't want them to be so long. You can use one or two of the flowers. So very versatile. Again, this button flower goes really great with Karen Jensen's, so you can do a little mix and match with that. And of course, her bird is so cute. You can just use it on any dang thing, right? And we do have a little bird told me is one of our ArtFoamy, just in our regular collection. And I think it goes so cute with that little bird. And of course, I think every single person is going to need the Made with Love, because this is great for the back of your art or your cards or in your journals. All right. So again, that's Janice Sigmund, and Janice, mwah, love you to the moon and back. And thank you so much for all your hard work and your many, many beautiful designs. Janice actually submitted so many. It was very hard to choose. And so I'm hoping that maybe we'll have a few more when she has her spotlight. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I will make a Dexie for my holder, and that will definitely be part of the collection. Again, join me for Daily Heart, because we're going to be finishing all these up over there. All right, next up, and I feel terrible because Jim Smith is a Mooney that is near and dear to my heart. He has not been a Mooney for many, many moons. I mean, pretty many moons, but not since the beginning. However, Jim is such a wonderful artist, mixed media artist, and just such a warm, generous, personable person, that when he became my patron, we just became fast friends. He made so many friends in our community, and his art just kept blowing me away. So when we started offering this, I was like, Jim, you definitely have to do it. But then when it came time to actually list everybody, I forgot Jim and left him off the list. Not once, but twice. Twice I left him off the list. I did not leave him out of the images. He was still in there, but I kept leaving his name off the list. And so, rightfully so, he got upset and said, well, I don't know if I'm going to be in the pop-up. And I was like, huh? You have what? And then he said, well, you keep forgetting me. And I was like, oh my God. I felt so bad. I almost cried. I said, I never, ever, ever forget you on purpose. I'm so sorry. Please be in the pop-up and please forgive me. And he did, of course, in no time at all. And said, of course, I want to be in the pop-up. My feelings were just hurt. And I said, yes, my feelings would be hurt too if you forgot me. But we would never forget you, Jim. Never in a billion years, because look at this. I made this with just some of his imagery, okay? His are a little bit different. And I will tell you the reason why, not only because he's special, because he is, but because Jim actually did a few custom, we used to have a custom program, okay? And so he did some custom ArtFoamies back even before I started offering this. So we went ahead and put his custom ArtFoamies in this pop-up too, because they're too good not to have, all right? And here's his images, and I know they're kind of jumbled, but I'm going to bring over his collection because I want you to see this because it's super special. First, he has a set that is, and this was his custom, okay? This is a set that is similar to, well, it's a similar size to, it is a set, and it is similar to an imprint pad in size, okay? Not in the way that it works, because they are standalone images. There are 15, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, 13, sorry. 13 images, and they're all different florals, and they're really just so fun, beautiful, fresh. Oops, wait. Is this fit there? I think that does fit there. It's supposed to fit there. I don't know. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to fit these back together. But I did want to kind of show them to you all together because I wanted to also show you a fun way to ink them up, but it might take too long. Anyway, so I won't do that. So they all come together, or of course you can use them separately. And again, there's 13 images. They are little vines and little leaves and little buds and little daisies, and just wonderful images. Of course, I do love these backboards, although this one, I would not throw this away. I love my backboards. You can ink this whole thing up and use it as a background. And they do fit back in together. It just, like I said, would take me a while to, kind of like a puzzle, right? So let's just get this on here. I'm not going to take all night. We only have a couple more to go because I know I've been keeping you here for so long already, which I love and appreciate you so much for even attempting to watch. But anyway, there are all the images. And then he did a central piece, and it's kind of like a little, I called it like a mandala maker. It's just a centerpiece. But what's wonderful about it is that you have sort of like this little braid. It can be leaves. You can also mask off and stamp on the inside, or of course use some of his other images to stamp in the center of that. And there it is stamped out. And then again, there are the pieces individually, okay? And then here it is as sort of a mandala. And then here I sort of had a little one with some different imagery, but you can see using them. And then here is his floral spray, or I can't remember what it's called, sprig or spray. And it is so beautiful. Again, goes so nicely with so many of the other ones, but really beautiful with patties, with a excuse me, with you know, with these other ones of his, of course. But you could also use this, you know, as sort of the sides. So lots of possibilities, lots of mix and match. You know, I already used the word possibilities, but a lot of versatility is what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, I did do a couple little dexies, wanting you to see different ways of playing with them, and then different palettes. And then I couldn't resist too, because this was just too easy. He did, this was another time, because, you know, we've offered the custom program a few different times. And so this was a different submission, but super fun. Birds on a wire. And this is how it actually stamps, exactly like that, where you have like one little upside down bird. So cute and funny. I love a stamp with a little humor too. But you can also use it, you know, differently, if you want them all just upside right on the wire. And then here again, a fun Dexie, because there's so many things that you could write with that, you know. Like, you're so unique, or get with the program. I don't know. Anyway, Jim, I love your collection. I want to show this here, stamped out just individually, where you could actually take your stamp and color directly on that to get different colored florals right on one piece, you know. And then here again, here are all the pieces stamped out individually from that 6x8 set. And then his birds on wire. And I do want you to notice here, I'm really not finished with this page, but I do want you to see, I did use Heather's Swiss crosses with this. I think it really is going to make a nice patterning with a lot of the florals especially. So not finished, but I wanted to show you my start. Also, I do have a little fun kind of tip that might be helpful for you. So I had already made this journal. It's 12 by 12. Okay, I just had 12-inch paper, 12 by 12 paper. And then I went ahead and I stamped everybody's, you know, and I stamped their name. But a couple people either were out, either got, you know, forgotten on accident when I was just starting everything, or I wanted to add a page in. Actually, that's not true. I didn't forget anybody in the journal, but Linda Finney sent hers after, so I had to insert a page. And then this page I wanted to put in after the fact. So I'm going to just show you how I would do that, because I do feel like it's really worthy tip to share really quickly, okay? So I am going to get my 12 by 12 inch paper. Okay, here it is. And you can see it is all just solid. I'm going to go over to my my binding machine. And I just cut, or, you know, I just punched out the holes, okay? And now I am just going to take my little scissors, okay? And I'm going to snip in the center, or approximately the center of each of these punches. So I don't know how many of you have like those in and out journals. That's basically all it is, is the punched out holes, and then a little slit or a little perforation so that you can easily go in and now add in a page to your bound journal. Okay, I just thought that would be a really nice little, you know, they don't call it Art Foamy Fun for nothing, right? A little fun technique or hint to help make your life a little easier when you want to add a page to your journal. All right. So that's how I added in Linda Finney's page and how I added in this other page with Jim's imagery. All right. Super fun. And Jim, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I don't even know if Jim's still here or not, but I want to thank you. If you do happen to see this later, for coming. I know that your life has not been super smooth right now. I know that it's not always easy for you to come and show up to the lives. So I really appreciate you being here, your support, your friendship, and for being a part of our pop-up. And you know I would never, ever forget you. Mwah, mwah. All right, next up is my friend Ginger Sparks. And Ginger has a beautiful, and I love this heart because I love the size. It's almost the size of my my heart that I used. Oh my gosh, I used it on so many of my journals for daily heart, and I just love that size. And hers is called watercolor or infinite watercolor heart. And I also love how it has little splatters. I don't know how many of you know this. This stamp right here, I'm going to stamp Ginger's stamp for you again. Let me pull it out real quick because I just want to show you the edges. Actually, I don't have to stamp it. But this is, the edges are almost like it's splattered, okay? And I love that. And this is one of my all-time favorite rubber moon stamps. I designed this many, many moons ago to go with my stamp stack collection, my original stamp stack collection. And it's so funny because it really reminds me of that. And so all I did was take some of the similar colors and I just used it to just, you know, almost as if it were still splattering down. And super easy. I mean, that is just stamped. And then I did that. The nice thing about it, though, is that you can keep going in, watercoloring on that, get a lot of almost like resist. And it just looks like it's almost, yes, layered, but also batiqued a little bit. And I want to show you this because I think this is very worthy. If you don't even want to stamp the whole thing in its entirety. And I think I'm going to try to, let me find an image. Oh, let's even use Wendy's girl right here. I feel like if you just take this image and you give it a little spritz, okay, give it a little spray, and then let's get some watercolor or something that's kind of bright. We use a little. And I'm gonna actually blot this off because I don't know how much. Okay, good. It's pretty clean. All right, so I am just going to ink or paint or whatever a little bit right here. Okay, and I don't know if I want all that. I'm just painting that center piece, and I want it kind of washy, so I'm gonna wipe some of it off. I think there's value in this sometimes. I really enjoy to ink up or paint up part of an image, even if it's just, you know, like a tiny section of it like this, and then use it. It's kind of, I don't know how well it's going to show up on here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Look, it did work, and you get what I'm meaning, right? Let's do it one more time. Oh, just over here, just so you can see that a little bit better. And again, there is value in doing that sort of soft, you know, I don't know where you might want it, but you might want it in, you know, in a background, very soft, or in the chest of an image. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that would be like inside of a little shrine. I don't know, but I like the way that it sort of just looks. I don't know. I can't, like, use of the negative space, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? So yes, Ginger, I'm so happy that you were a part of our Moonie pop-up. Ginger, it's actually great that you are here, because I do want to let people know Ginger is not part of our Blue Moon tier anymore right now. Different people will have to go up and down in their tiers for different reasons, or maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe you're not participating as much, or I don't know. There's a number of different reasons people may not stay at that level, and that's okay. You know, the fact is that Ginger was part of that tier. She qualified for making her own custom art foamy. And then when the time came for the pop-up, I was like, you know what? Let's have your image in there. And then maybe, you know, if she wants to do some more, you'll come back again. And you can do it. You don't have to stay at that level for years and years, right? Anyway, I do love your image, Ginger, and I am so happy that you are part of our pop-up and a part of our community. Mwah. You are a very special part of our group. I just want you to know that. All right. And last but not least, we have Sherry W. And I always say it wrong, but I'm going to try. I think it's Weistainer, but I just call her Sherry W because I always am messing up her last name. Shame on me. Anyway, she again has 3 very different images because she was able to design at 3 different times, and she wanted things that she felt were images that she would love to have. And I am so glad that she did because I also love them. I think this is so great. It is sort of, I don't like using the word, but I'm going to use it because, you know, it is a graphic image. It's pretty, you know, geometric pattern. So it's kind of a generic in the sense that it can be used for lots of different things, and it doesn't necessarily look too stylized, right? It doesn't look like somebody's specific image, which I love images like that all day long. This can be used so many ways, and I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet, but of course makes great stained glass, makes a great frame. You can use it as a house. You don't have to, you know, even use or stamp that top part. So it could just be a square. You can take off this bottom part. So it's actually symmetrical. You can use it as a card, 2-sided. So possibilities so great. This is just one of those that you're going to want to have in your collection because it's going to come in handy, right? And then, of course, she does have the cat lady, which, where's my Rolodex? I made a Rolodexy with her. And, of course, it's the last one. So where did she go? She has red hair, orange hair. Where's my cat lady? You know she's like one of my favorites, right? Because you know that I'm a cat lady. And so I just love her. I made her a little ginger with a little ginger cat, but now I can't find her. Oh, here she is. And it's actually not all the way done, but it's close, okay? So there she is, so cute. I have it painted. I need to paint her lips. And then I think I do want to paint her background a little bit. But I did use, I don't know if you can see this here, this little paw print from, and again, you probably can't see that very well because it's kind of dark, but a little paw print. And that is from the Art Foamy Poetry set from when we did the rescue. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, her dress is solid. I went ahead and put little cat prints on there. So, and I did write cat lady, but then I ended up stamping over the top. So I may end up having to pull out my Art Foamy Poetry sets and, you know, doing some cat lady stamping on there. I don't know. Not like it has to say that, but anyway, I love her. And again, I will say, and I know I don't have to say it because you all have your own imaginations, but she will also be super cute. If you don't want to use the body as it is, maybe you're not a cat lady. Maybe you want to have her holding something else in her arms. So that's always an option. You can either easily, and that's again what I love so much about changing up the art foamies is that you really can turn it into whatever you want. She could be holding an armful of flowers. You can get a different art foamy or rubber stamp or whatever, or collage, and make her holding whatever that you like. I also think if you don't want her necessarily to have that same body, you can easily use her face and put her on a calendar girl body or on a number of other, you know, options. Great ways, again, to mix and match. So, my friends, that wraps up all of the images. And I know it was a long one. I told you it was going to be. That wraps up all of the images from the ArtFoamies pop-up, our first ever premiere great ArtFoamies Moonie pop-up. And all your beautiful imagery. I'm so excited. I'm going to actually take these out. I'm going to flip through them just one more time. Again, I hope that you will join me. If you're not already a patron, please consider joining my Patreon. You can join it for as little as $5 a month. That gives you daily heart every day. If you do some of the other tiers, you get a permanent, permanent meaning as long as you're a patron. You get a discount every month at ArtFoamies and the Moon and the Maker, and lots of other perks. Okay, I hope I have some Moonies here who will agree. Anyway, all right, I know they're not in order now, but I'm just going to go with it. Okay, I know whose they all are, so I'm just going to say it. Ginger Sparks, Jim Smith, Cindy Sharp, Linda Finney, Puffer Go Fish, Patty McFarlane, Jenny Maroney, Mary Lynn Kelly, Bev Gwynn Jones, Karen Jensen, Patty Hodder, Sherry W., Shar Darun, Christina Fidanza, Catherine M., Amy Geralot, Edie Evans Bisbee, Bernardette Concilio, Patty Libby Campbell, Tam B., Jan Bryant, Estrella Bianchi. I'm about to cry. I just want you to know. Heather Bailey, Lisa Renee Agilera, Wendy Aspen, and Anita Atur. I love you more than I can say. Oh, and Janice Sigmund, who I did not do a Rolodexy yet, but I'm about to. And I know, and Patty Hodder, I hope I didn't miss you. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I just am overcome with emotion, and I appreciate and love you all to the moon and back, whether you are a part of the pop-up as an artist, whether you're my Patreon, or whether you just come here, support me and each other. I really can't say enough about doing what I love, being here with all of you each week, you showing up for me. It means the world to me. This pop-up is literally the best. I just want to thank you again. I'm going to say it. I love you to the moon and back, and you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and I will see you next week. I am going to, even though I'm crying, I'm going to turn the camera back on so I can just blow you a kiss and say, see you real soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.